so we're going to talk a little bit about your life because you got some pretty interesting stories.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about what did Atlanta look like? Like, you're from here.
Yes.
Did you grow up in actual, like, Atlanta?
No. Okay. I actually grew up in Decatur, like right around the corner from Emory.
Okay.
And this is a very interesting story. So I grew up in Victoria Estates on Mason Mill.
Yeah.
And
Familiar.
I did not know this until many, many, many years later. Mm-hmm. But if you go right around the corner off of Mason Mill to Houston Mill over to La Vista and you go down those neighborhoods, you've got streets like Reindeer Lane and Wreath Boulevard and Christmas Lane.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because no builder would build a home for a Jewish person in Victoria Estates back then.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody who built homes in the neighborhood where I grew up in, they were doctors. I mean, probably not, maybe some architects or something like that.
Physicians,
but the majority of every home that was originally built in Victoria Estates were doctors because it was so close to Emory and DeKalb General and all that was like a thing, or Decatur General, I think which I was born at that hospital that doesn't even exist anymore. But yeah, it was a whole thing. And so this is so crazy that they got a builder 2 blocks away from Houston Mill over to La Vista. And you go right on La Vista and you've got Reindeer Lane and Holly Lane and Christmas Drive and all of that. Those were all the Jewish homes, but the builders named them all Christian holiday roads.
Wow.
Yeah. And I did not know that until I was an adult.
That is
had no idea.
Really kind of messed up.
Yeah. And one of the biggest synagogues is on La Vista.
Oh
It's
my gosh.
Yeah. So anyway.
Interesting. What about those streets? And if you guys don't know, Atlanta changes the street. You'll be on the same street for 3 miles and
Peachtree,
right. Or you'll be on the same street and it'll change. The names will change.
Oh yeah.
So talk about that a little bit. So I know like Monroe and Piedmont.
Yep.
But Jackson.
Yep.
And what was the other one? Jackson turns into, what does Jackson turn into? I don't remember what Jackson. Anyway, we have these streets in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah.
Where based off of where you were determined the name of it. It's the same street, but the way that they segregated back in the day, it was black, then Jewish, then white.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes, it is.
Did you guys experience that too where you were? No?
It was.
Were you aware of that?
I was not aware of that. Now, let's remember, I was born in 1967. So I grew up in a very different time than I'm living in now.
Right.
And there were a lot of things that never made sense to me even as a child.
Like what?
I might get emotional even just talking about this because there are so many things that just never made sense to me. I didn't understand. I accepted them, but I didn't understand them. So we had a maid when I was very young. I'm the youngest of 4 children, and my parents got divorced in 1969. So I was 2. And my father got remarried in 1969. And so there's so much that was confusing and things that I just wasn't understanding. But we had this one maid that came. Her name was Clemencia. And I still remember her.
Okay.
And I remember her. I remember like being in the back. I just feel like I could cry. I remember her being in the backyard every day, or me being in the backyard every day. And when she would leave, all of us would come and hug her and kiss her goodbye. And just hugging her was the most beautiful thing. And she was so sweet and good to us. And then she would walk down the driveway, and I would look down the driveway, and I would see all the other maids walking down the street to go to the bus, which I don't know what it was called then. It wasn't MARTA, but it's what MARTA is now. And I just remember thinking, those are the people that love us the most.
Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment. You never know what I might be in the comments. And also, thank you guys for continuing to watch.